This is Hoodies.
Bitch, you think it's small. We need to be thinking big. You need to be thinking big, bitch. You need to be thinking big, bitch. Think big, bitch.
Welcome back to another dope session of Hoodies the podcast. I'm the host, Degar Rashidi, coming at you live from the Skill Suite. Or maybe not so live, but yo, coming at you. You know what I mean? Let's put one in the air for Hoodies the podcast. Word. Before we get into this thing, man, listen. Shout out to Fat Man Scoop, or should I say rest in peace, Fat Man Scoop. From what I understand, he was on stage last night, and he collapsed, and he didn't recover, and he died. Fat Man Scoop was like 52, 53, a few years older than me. You know what I'm saying? Damn. Just on stage, and he collapsed. Man, listen, man. Listen, this is part PSA. You know, check on your health. See a doctor. You know, it's one thing to look good on the outside, and it's another thing to be good on the inside. You feel me? Pop the hood, check the engine, see what's going on with yourself. You know? There's a lot of brothers and sisters in their 40s and 50s that are tipping over. And I don't want that to happen to you. I don't want that to happen to us. So please see a doctor. If you haven't seen one in a while, go ahead and do that, man. You just may be happy that you did. You just may be extremely grateful that you did. Again, rest in peace, Fat Man Scoop, and to anyone whom didn't make, you know, the social media feed. You know, yeah, man. And I'm gonna leave it at that. Let's go ahead and start this thing. So, excuse me. I was just sitting here thinking about black folk. But this is probably applicable all across the board. How most people think small when they should be thinking big. When I was a young parent, I ain't even gonna front. Or before I became a young parent, I used to think things, silly things like, you know, I don't want to be no parent in my 30s, my 40s, or 50s. I don't want to be no old dude trying to throw the ball around with my son or my daughter or whatever. You know, I want to be able to keep up. So stupid. I was thinking small. I came to understand why a lot of folk would wait before they became parents. Because when you're older, say like your 30s, your 40s, you got a lot more to offer a kid. You've seen some things. You've lived life. You got, and I'm just talking about just money. You have life lessons and some wisdom to bestow upon that kid, as opposed to a young parent who, you know, for the most part, is a kid. 19 years old is a kid. I ain't really had nothing to offer. And you see that with young parents. All you see is the kid in some Timbs, some sneakers, right? Pierced ear, some cornrows. That's about all we got to offer at that age. Because we're thinking small. So folk who waited were thinking bigger. I get that now, right? And I look at all the ways that thinking small manifests itself. You know, it happens in, you know, relations with men and women. You know, a lot of us brothers, at least I used to think, maybe I'm by myself, I used to think having good dick was enough. And for a minute, probably is. You know what I mean? Put her to sleep a few times, that suffices. Till it doesn't. Some pussy. Let's call it what it is. For a minute, even with us men, it suffices for a minute till it don't. At some point, it's like, okay, what else is there? Okay, and a woman, fellas, will ask you that in the form of, what are we? What are we doing here? Like, what are we? Translation, is there more to this thing? The dick is good, but if I'm supposed to get comfortable here with this, what's underneath the hood, if you will? If we kick up some dirt, what's deeper in this thing? Is there anything deeper? Same thing with a man. Men probably aren't as forthcoming. There's some telltale signs. And I would tell you, But I'm sorry, I can't give away the game. I won't give away the game. There are plenty of women out here breaking that down, so go to them. But fellas, when a woman wants more, she's gonna ask you, what are we? What are we doing? What is this? Y'all heard this before. What is this? Meaning, what more is there? Okay, yeah, the dick is good. What else is there? Do you want kids? Do you want marriage? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? If I put some more eggs in this basket. Eggs. Good question. Good question. What more do you have to offer, brother? Sister, what more do you have to offer than the box? What more do you have? What else is there? Do you have a brain? Same thing applies to us too, fellas. Do you have a brain? You know what I'm saying? Okay, yeah, you told me about your family, where you're from, this, that, and the third. But why did you do the thing you did when you did that thing? What made you do that? Why did you say what you said when you said that thing when I did this, that, and what's that about? Can we scratch beneath the surface and what else is there besides the handsome face, the pretty face, the fat ass, or the good dick? What else is there? At some point, people want to get bigger. They want to think bigger. And think about professions too. You know what I mean? In professions, social worker, tattoo artist, even a stylist, a massage therapist, barber. If you're a person, say you do people's pools, say you're a painter, a plumber. What else do you have to offer besides your skill set? Right? That's part of the reason why people who say they go to school for a particular thing. I don't know. Let's use barbering. I'm a barber. And you go through school. Say you get licensed, if you do. It's because a lot of people don't. Say you get licensed and now you're in a shop or a suite, right? A lot of people don't make it because they're thinking small. And they're thinking small because they want the success, and the success being clientele and abundance of it overnight. And listen, even if it did happen overnight, you're not ready. You're not ready for it. You have to give yourself some time to develop. A lot of times, not just as a barber, but as a person, right? Say you did get it overnight, and now you got somebody in your chair telling you about the struggle they're going through to accomplish something. You don't have nothing to offer that conversation. You didn't have to struggle for what you got. It happened overnight. You don't have to struggle. You don't know nothing about that. The only thing you have to offer is maybe the shit that you're buying with the money that you're making from all the clientele. That's if you got it overnight. You understand what I'm saying? The struggle is important. The struggle is where the character is built. The struggle takes you from being small to being big. And that's the problem. You want it overnight because you're thinking small. You're thinking just money. There's more to this thing than just money. There's more to walking into a barber shop or a barber suite. There's more to this thing than just selling a fade. You see what I'm saying? Let me use myself as an example. I'm not trying to make this about me, but I don't want to just be talking. I want to use myself as an example. See, I'm offering more than just whatever. Anyway. So listen, I come from a particular background, the south side of Chicago, so I know struggle. I know hood. I know street. Not that I'm hood, not that I'm street. I think everybody from that type of environment got a little something, got a little bit of this and a little bit of that in them. You know what I'm saying? I think some of the nicest people who come from an urban area, push them to the level and they will smack the fuck out your ass. Dead ass. Let's just call it what it is. They will smack you if you push them too much. Okay? Let's not forget that. However, that's something I can offer in conversation. Conversation goes a long way because it's along the lines of communication. You know what I'm saying? I'm a veteran. So I've got something to offer there. Because with that comes sacrifice. There's a struggle in that too. With that comes sacrifice. With coming out of the inner city, there's a struggle that comes with that because you leave that environment, right? You know what I'm saying? And then you find yourself in the middle in another one. You go from, you know, an environment to where you better not turn your hat left or right. You better not have too many earrings in the left or right ear because that could get you fucked up. Or at the least, somebody's gonna press you for real, for real. And now you're in an environment to where you can turn your hat any way you fucking want. That's not even a move here. Totally different world. You know what I'm saying? There's a struggle there in the adjustment. Again, I'm a veteran. I know what it's like to be deployed. I know what it's like to deal, because in the military there's different walks of life. I think I made my point here. There's different walks of life. Everybody who's come from different places who brings there's all kinds of bullshit coming your way. And you have to know how to navigate that. You know what I'm saying? Taking orders and listen, this is the military, so motherfuckers ain't all that nice when they give it. I had to overcome my fear of heights in the military. And if I'm keeping it funky, it's the first time I ever shot a shotgun or a pistol or a rifle in the military. I learned coping skills in the military. There were a lot of fears that I had prior to joining that are no longer fears now. The military helped me with. There's another conversation with that. I'm a reader, so I can have a little conversation with the intellectuals. A little bit of history, not a whole lot. I've traveled. You believe there's some people out here who don't even know what Ireland is? Again, we come from we not gonna come from, but we're in a world where a lot of people think small. We're in a world where it's easier for people to troll people, it seems, than there is for people to pick up a fucking book, busy themselves by learning something. Because everybody's thinking small when they should be thinking big. A youngster that sits in my chair and says, I don't give a fuck if my daddy don't come around. Look, young brother, you care. I'm a grown ass man and I care. You care. Matter of fact, because your pop ain't around, you might feel as though you don't matter. Fam, young man, I tell him straight up, young man, look at me. You matter. You matter. I've had young men weep in my chair. I've just laid their head, against my shoulder. It's all good, fam. It's all good. Let it out. I provide more than just a haircut. You see what I'm saying? Which makes this whole experience, and this suite looks small from the camera. This is a double suite. It doesn't look that big. But anyway, when you walk in here, I offer more than just a cut and shave. I offer more than just whatever it is you came in here for. I don't care what profession you're in, actually. I know I'm talking about being a barber, but this is applicable to a lot of professions. You can have a massage therapist that's better than you, a stylist that's better than you, a social worker who's more relatable. I kind of just gave it away, right? Okay, back to the barber thing. There may be a barber that works next to you whose skill ain't nowhere near yours, but yet they rolling. They are rolling. They rolling. You know why? Because the client is with them because of the relatability. They've got more to offer them than just a cut. Well, people will sit in your chair for all kinds of reasons. Maybe they're big sports fans and you know sports, or at least basketball. So boom, they will sit in your chair. But listen, my point is it helps to be a little more well-rounded, because what happens when it's the off season? What do you talk about then? Yeah. You can talk about seasons in the past, but what else is there to you? What about personal development, professionalism, the way you carry yourself? Your pants sagging? You know what I'm saying? How's your language? You got a habit of cursing all the time? How's it smell in there? How does it smell in your establishment? How do you smell? You smell like weed? Yeah, I get it's legal. It ain't professional though. So it's best that there are no overnight successes, because you need to develop. You'll fuck around and make everybody in that particular profession look bad. Back to the relations with men and women. So you fuck around and make all men look a particular way because you a simp or all you got to offer is dick. Women too. You know, when all a woman is looking for is money. Small mind. Small. You think it's small when you should be thinking big. Ain't y'all learned anything from Cassie? She got to do with money. She also got that ass beat. Not that I condone it. It's just one of those cautionary tales. Be careful what you ask for because you just might get it. See, I can say all this. I can say all this because at one point in time, I was that. I thought small. I didn't think big picture. I didn't think big at all. That's why I've said before, you know, helping people is dope. Helping people is cool, but sometimes you got to throw some discernment in there because sometimes when you help people and coddle them, you'll fuck around and rob that person of their story. Let them motherfuckers struggle. Because character is built through struggle. You see what I'm saying? That's why I'm an advocate for things not happening overnight. Give yourself some time to develop as a man or woman. See, there's a lot of relationships that just don't make it. Unfortunately, because the people involved don't think big enough. You know, there's a lot of and me. You know? Because nobody's thinking bigger than that. I think we've all been guilty of it. You know? That's about all I got, man. Stop thinking so small. Think bigger. As a community, as a person, as a man, as someone who's in your profession. Even if you're a fucking cop. Yeah, we get it. Your job is to fight crime. But damn, can you talk to a nigga? Talk to these motherfuckers out here. Try, if you can, to establish some sort of relationship. As opposed to, hey, you got ID? Hey, come here. Come on, man. You know people don't respond to that. Offer something more than just your authority. Hey, I'm Officer Buttfuck. You know, how you doing today? Shake his hand or give him a card. Listen, I've been hearing about some break-ins. You heard anything about a break-in? Well, listen, if you happen to see anything, whoop-de-whoop. Where you from? You from here? Word, that's what's up. What kind of stuff do you do? Develop a rapport with those persons on your beat. Isn't that what they call it if you're a cop? I think I made my point. So, yeah. I'm going to get out of here. Y'all stay up, man. Thank y'all for watching Hoodies. Once again, I'm the Garbage Sheety, and I want to thank y'all for your likes, subs, shares. Word. All of that, man. Y'all keep me going. Thank you. I appreciate you. Yeah, I'm the Garbage Sheety. This is Hoodies, man. Word. Peace. Hey.
Think big, bitch.
This is Hoodies.